What went wrong, particularly in the first quarter? It seemed like you guys just didn't come out with a ton of energy.
We should start fast. You know, they score, and then we get out there and we start moving the ball. And unfortunately, we turned it over. We got to play the next play, and we got down the red zone, and it just seemed like the story of the day is just we couldn't punch it in that red zone goal line area, and we got to do a better job, you know, putting it in and scoring 7 points instead of 3. We're coming away with nothing. So, you know, that's on us to just put it in play and punching it in there.
Yeah, what was the story? Did it just come down to simply executing when you had those opportunities?
I mean, we just didn't execute. We didn't do our job down in those areas, and you know, if you don't do your job, you're not going to score.
On the 2 4th and 1s at the 1 league, I mean, did you have the option to put you guys in a run or pass, or did we each kind of send you in with something?
And you always have the option out there. I like to run box. Thought we could punch it in. Unfortunately, we didn't. We just didn't get off the ball and get it in. But you know, I've had faith in those guys all year, and still got faith in them. I mean, how many rushing touchdowns we got down there. So, you know, just kind of went with our strength, our team in that scenario, and unfortunately, didn't get it done.
Ourselves, what made them so tough to slow down, especially in that first quarter?
We just didn't execute really our defense that well. We started kind of slow, but as the game went on, we did better. It was nothing really that they were doing different. It was just that we weren't moving as fast as we normally could on defense.
How much factor was the lack of pressure up front and just giving Browning time to find his guys?
It wasn't really that bad. They could have got back there better, but I mean, they did what they could. We were still holding it down in the back end, and they just happened to just find a receiver open, and just got it to him.
How much does this have to do with you guys not doing your job versus them just being really good?
It was a lot of it, us not doing our job. You know, our coach always says our B game, anybody could beat us, and our A game, you know, we could beat anybody. So we just had to come back better than we did this game.
Marcellus, how did they stack up from a speed standpoint compared with the other offenses you've seen this year?
They actually weren't that fast. I mean, John Ross is like kind of fast, but they just weren't really moving the ball that well. They had to do trick plays to get downfield, which is kind of like their thing. So, but you know, just playing, you know, it was just like a regular game, regular team.
Did you feel like you guys were maybe trying to do too much as a team?
You know, I thought we moved the ball well all day, and then we just got key situations. Kind of similar story of last week. You get key downs, key situations, and you know, unfortunately, we didn't execute. And with a really good team like Washington, when you don't execute, then sometimes it translates in a 14-point swing when really you could score the 7. And you know, we just didn't. We didn't make the plays today that we needed to be able to beat this team. And you know, it's on us. It's on me. And we'll look at the corrections. We got one more, and we gotta get everything we got. But you know, this one's disappointing. Really felt good coming into this. Had a good week of preparation, and you know, unfortunately, I think we just started slow today. Started a little slow, and you can't do that with a good team. They're a good team. We got to give them respect, and we'll learn from it.
Luke, you didn't get to play in this game last year. How much does this sting, seeing them celebrate on your field?
Yeah, I mean, you want this one as a Coug, but you want to win every game, and you know, especially not being able to play last year and watching from the sidelines, and knowing you can't do anything in this year. Was able to contribute, and you know, it hurts. You know, you never want to lose. You never want to lose a big game like this, but we'll move on. We'll move on from it.
Gabe said, you know, he basically called you guys soft. Do you think that's an accurate characterization of how you played this game?
I mean, I think just down in those key situations, we didn't execute. We didn't do our job, and you know, normally we do, and we didn't today.